Tonight, at least 3 Americans are believed to be captured in Ukraine. Alex Drueke and Andy Wynn, both from Alabama, are believed to be in Russian custody, seen in an unverified video believed to be released by their captors. Also feared capture, Grady Kurpasi Jr. He is a U.S. Marine veteran, and I spoke with his father this week. He says his son was training to fight the Ukrainian soldiers.
Our world has been upside down, but there's hope now that we realize that he has been captured, that he will be able to be returned to us. I couldn't say anything to his captors. What can you say to somebody that considers themselves to be in total control and victors?
And I misspoke there. He was training the Ukrainian soldiers to fight the Russian soldiers. We've also learned tonight a second known American has died while fighting in Ukraine. A State Department official confirming the death of 52-year-old Army veteran Steven Zabilski. He reportedly stepped on a landmine. And also in late April, 22-year-old Marine veteran Willie Cancel Jr. became the first known U.S. citizen to die in Ukraine. Joining me now is a man who knows firsthand what it is like in Ukraine right now and the challenges that Russian forces are up against in this strong and determined Ukrainian army. He is Isaac, and he is just going by his first name tonight for his safety and for the safety of those that you fight alongside. Isaac, thank you so much for being here. I understand that you know Grady Kurpasi. When was the last time you spoke to your friend?
Well, it would have been maybe 48 hours before the last mission, before anybody lost contact with him. So that would have been in late April.
And what did he tell you, Isaac?
Well, we were just talking about the mission, things that he had in mind to improve the performance of his team, and things that we could do to be more effective in this fight.
Did he convey to you any concerns about his own safety and what he was doing and what he was about to do?
Not any more than it was common for all of us to feel going on any mission in Ukraine.
Isaac, the war zone where Steven Zabilski was killed is described as chaotic, plagued with miscommunication and confusion. Is that an accurate assessment of what you experienced?
Well, it is expected that in a war of this size and scale, which has not been seen since World War II, it is expected that there will be, due to the fog of war, miscommunications and so forth.
Tell me about your experience over there. What did you encounter?
Well, as I said, the level of destruction is beyond belief. Well, when you take into account artillery, presence of tanks, it is nothing like I ever experienced in the 14 years in the Marine Corps with service in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Artillery is not only incessant, but it appears to be also indiscriminate on the side of the Russians. Most of these villages where the fighting is taking place are devoid of human life in almost all cases. I fought in Irpin. What I experienced there is that about 75 to 80% of the city was devoid of population, completely destroyed, and the same can be said in places like Severodonetsk and other places where the fight is being fought.
In terms of manpower, Isaac, in artillery, in training, in resources, is it a fair fight?
Ukraine is definitely outgunned and outmanned. However, the Ukraine is doing absolutely everything it can. They're making heroic efforts to keep the Russians at bay. So they are outgunned, and I think that the outcome of this war largely depends on the level of support and weapons that the countries of the West and
Right.
free countries are able to provide.
Isaac, real quick before I run out of time with you, the State Department is telling Americans not to go. Although the decision is brave that you and others make, it does complicate the role and the U.S.'s involvement in this. I understand you plan to go back. How does that weigh into your decision?
Well, it really doesn't change anything, given that I knew what the risk was. I expect that the administration and the government is going to take its official position. However, people like myself and the other ones and the other people who are there as volunteers were guided by our conscience, and we're willing to go, and we're well aware of the risks.
Isaac, I'm very sorry for the loss of your comrades, your fellow soldiers in Ukraine, former Marine Major, now fighting with the Ukrainian army. I wish you the best. I wish you safety, Godspeed, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.